'cause I asked you to once to pick up these lines. Well, you've got a new man now.
So this is something really awesome that came from the 2012 season. And so you see the food truck, and then this is like the cityscape of Grand Rapids. You can see the bridge. And then there's Melody Bee Farms in Ada, where we get our honey from. Real Food Farm is in Caledonia, and they do really beautiful tomatoes, heirlooms, and then also like just good red slicing tomatoes. Dancing Goat Creamery is in Byron Center, and they make a beautiful chev, and they're actually going to move into Grand Rapids pretty soon. It's nice to have not only all these great farms, but also like a generous and talented local artist who would work with me, so pretty cool.
And he doesn't treat you right, and he hates everything in sight, but at least he's not me.
What made me do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. My uncle suggested it. I wanted to start a business, and I thought, like, well, that's something I could do, and it's mobile, and I didn't really know Grand Rapids, but I didn't have to know because I could just move it from place to place, which I've done a lot. So I don't know. I was just really impulsive. I had won an award my senior year of school and got $15,000 cash, so I needed to do something with it. It was like burning a hole in my pocket, and I wanted to do something entrepreneurial, so I just did it.
The farmers here in West Michigan, I mean, Michigan is the second most agriculturally diverse state in the nation, and so we have huge opportunity to provide really diverse, fresh food to our restaurants, and so I know that there's a lot of organizations that are helping to do that.
Oven back.
Alright, here's more jalapeno back, more crawfish back.
I'm good. Hi there. Good.
Coffee, not chocolate?
I've got coffee,
Okay,
and we've got cider that it's heating up. It might almost be ready. I can check it for you.
we could do hot chocolate just with water.
Okay.
And we have the hot pot. Do you want that down for the seawater? That might be easier, actually.
I got steam on the cider. Good. Let's fill up a couple. Spill cider.
We have a lot of cider.
I think we're gonna plow through it.
For me, like, I do profit and stuff like that, but it's seasonal. So I think that the food truck movement is really young because it can't support someone making this their actual means.
What do you think about like the idea of a local food truck coming to Grand Rapids in a new territory right now?
I think it's a good idea. I don't have a problem with it. They seem like they have a lot of different things on their menu, so
Right.
it seems like a good idea.
And what kind of food did you get from the last food truck you went to?
Maybe a hot dog.
Hot dogs. No, hot dogs.
Well, I think we provide an alternative to people who might be hungry, so they just go get a hot dog at the dog pit because they don't have another option. Like, I've been there where there's nothing else to eat, so you have a hot dog. Or maybe it's 1 in the morning and you really want a hot dog. And I'm not there for those people at 1 in the morning. So I think that there's a niche for that. But in general, I think I'm a different customer, like someone who's willing to maybe go outside the box a little bit. But I think it's a lot of the same people who then just have an alternative option and they get excited about that. Well, in the beginning, I kept expecting to just be inspired with the menu, and I kind of wasn't. You know, that's the hard part, and that's what you're selling, so it's the most important part. So I was a little bit nervous about it, but I love to make hummus, so I just put hummus on there with some like farmers market vegetables, and that still is on the menu. Like, oh my gosh, we've made more hummus than, it's just ridiculous. So that stuck.
What's the name on the smoothie? Randy. Randy? Randy, there's your smoothie. Thank you.
There's a lot of different restaurants around, but this gives a good alternative to that for the visitors that are down here, because there's so many more visitors during this time frame. So during these special events, it's an integral part to make for a better experience for everyone that's coming downtown. Thank you.
Now, what did you order yourself there?
Macaroni and sausage, so and a smoothie. Ooh. So it's really, the food has been wonderful from the food trucks, and so it's really good to to really enjoy it. And so I think that our staff has appreciated having it out here too throughout the course of our prize. So, and hope to have them here at other festivals and everything downtown.
I've had a lot of flexibility with it because I haven't had, I'm just me. I don't have to support like my family with it. I don't have a family. I have like a lovely boyfriend, but I don't have like kids and all of this. So I can put all my time and energy into it and maybe not get out like a regular year's salary. So it's made me really flexible. And I think that is something that if someone had come into Grand Rapids, wanted to do a food truck and have it be their living, like, and really like support a family with it, I think that's impossible.
I think running a food truck would be one of the more difficult types of food service operations because you have such limited space available. I can't imagine even trying to work in a food truck. I don't think I would enjoy it at all because they're so crowded and you have to keep bending down and putting food out the window. And it is a huge risk in our industry. There's so many that fail.
Well, what I'm doing is definitely very different than a lot of my friends. I studied hotel administration, so most of my friends and classmates went into finance or hotel operations, or food and beverage operations, which is what I am in. But my whole thing of like this, my own business, and in the Midwest is really different. And everything I did, it was very like, oh, you're moving to Grand Rapids and starting a food truck. My first year was very difficult. I mean, starting a new business, I had romanced it in my mind. Like by the end of the first season, I was gonna have like my entire loan that I had for the business paid off. I was gonna like save all this money so I could travel all winter. I was gonna like do all these amazing things, not just make money, but do other things too. And then the reality sets in and it's a lot harder than it seems. And I pretty much broke even operating, and that was an accomplishment. So I went into this season a lot more realistic, and I'm really happy with how it went. I met all my goals. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of friends and family in Grand Rapids. I mean, I do now. I have a lot of new friends here who are awesome. But in terms of like college friends or old, lifetime friends, they're not here. And if they were, they would all come to the truck and it'd be fantastic. But my parents have come out and visited a bunch. My mom has come a couple times when she knew I had a busy week and just stayed for the week and helped, which has been great. My dad helped me finance the business, and both of my parents are really good sounding boards. I call them and they give me advice. And then of course my boyfriend Joel is awesome and like helps me way more than anyone should help anyone with anything. Like he's fantastic. And then I've got friends here who have been really helpful and will come fill in with me if I'm need an extra set of hands or that kind of thing. And it's definitely not something that I could do by myself. I couldn't do it well. No way. It'd be terrible. Hiring for the truck is really important because we're in such a close quarters. Like we have to get along really well. We have to have a really good vibe on the truck, or else it just doesn't work. And also, it's not the kind of job that you get because you're like, oh, it might be fun to have a little job. Like it's work. It's really hard work. It's a lot of multitasking, and everyone has to learn all the roles. I look for people who work with a sense of urgency, or who I think will. So if they're peeling carrots, like you can't peel them like this. You have to like peel them. You've got places to go and things to do, like peel them. And I look for people who I think have confidence and who can represent the brand well and connect with the customers, and just also like believe what we're doing, because it's important to me that my employees like understand that it's like the integrity of the food is really important, and we have this mission and we want to really like let people in on it and include them and make them enjoy their experience. So that connecting with the customer is really important, even though we just have like that little window. I definitely have to plan ahead. That's probably my most difficult thing is I have to anticipate demand and order enough so that, because I can't just like call Cisco and have them deliver the next day. I have to think about it, or else I go to the farmer's market and I buy it, but then that's pretty time consuming and also can be pretty expensive. It's just, there's always, a lot of things to think about, and like that's one thing I don't really enjoy is ordering the food. It can be really difficult, and it's it's expensive. So it's like what if it rains, and you have to kind of look at the upcoming week and try to predict it pretty well. Friends, like I just had lunch with two friends in Chicago, and both of them had like cool jobs and dress up nice for work, and I just was kind of like, that'd be cool, but I don't actually see that happening for me. Like I don't think I'll fit that mold. I don't know why. I mean, it's all cool. I'd love to have like a big staff I was part of, but I probably would prefer it to be mine. I don't know. I'm just a control freak at the end of the day, so I just want to be in charge. That was off the record.
This time, this is goodbye. These songs you'll only listen to twice. Once because I asked you to.